Introducing the all-new Western Enforcer V-Plow. Engineered with all the features, efficiency, and performance of full-size Western V-Plows, built specifically for your half-ton truck. For more information, visit westernplows.com.
What we do is provide a mini weather station to give you a tailored forecast to those particular locations so you know where and when and what to do in those parts of town. You know there's 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different ways that people can experience tremendous value having a technology like this.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Journey with your host, Dave Westcott. The Entrepreneurial Journey is a weekly podcast that streams live every Tuesday at 9:15 a.m. Pacific on Dave's YouTube channel and LinkedIn profile. Now here's Dave with this week's episode.
Good morning and welcome to the Entrepreneurial Journey. I'm Dave Westcott, and today I have several guests with me. Special guest from Lifehouse Ministries, Beth Kovarik. I've been practicing that all day.
Got it.
And
nailed
we've
it.
got Pastor Dave.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. First, I want to just thank our sponsors, Western Snowplows, for sponsoring our show this morning. So it's fantastic to have them sponsoring our show. And there's no better snowplow than Western, because when you see our trucks rolling down the street, they have Western snowplows on them. And thank you to Frost Cameras for sponsoring our show as well. It gives us real, live, up-to-date, accurate information on site conditions across North America. So great. Why do we have Lifehouse on the show this morning? Well, I think it's important on the entrepreneurial journey to build a business. Really, one of the keys to being successful, I think, is giving back. And one of the things I've learned a long time ago is that anything that I hold really, really tight, that I really kind of grasp onto, I always lose it.
Yeah.
And so,
That's funny.
you know, money is one of those things that entrepreneurs or business owners, you know, we always need money. We always need money to pay the bills. We always need money to pay payroll. Payroll is one of the most stressful things for any entrepreneur. We need to buy equipment, buy trucks, expand. And so having a loose grip on money, I think, is one of the game-changing things that any entrepreneur can do. And so Lifehouse Ministries is one of those things that we can give to and we can pour into. And I think it's important, and Dave actually brought this into my life, was not just randomly giving to places you don't know about that don't maybe have a huge impact, but really strategically giving to things that align with your value system, that really make a big impact, that are really poised for growth. And so it's really just an honor to have Beth on the show. Good morning, Beth. Tell us a little bit about Lifehouse.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate the
You're very
opportunity. So again, my name is Beth Kovarik. I'm with Lifehouse Ministries. I am the executive director. I've been there for about 4 years now. And Lifehouse serves single moms, particularly those who have been affected by homelessness, escaped domestic violence, had a teen pregnancy, or suffered the loss of a spouse at a young age. So the demographic that we serve is typically low income, women who were raised in single parent homes themselves. And everything that we teach, both in our children's program as well as in the women's program, is all designed to break generational cycles of poverty, abuse, and abandonment. So a lot of the women that we serve were raised in single parent homes, and it's been a real challenge for them to navigate just where they find themselves in life.
Beth, I know that this ministry isn't just a job for you.
Right.
This isn't one of those things that you applied and said, yeah, I can do this, but it's really a calling. Tell us why a ministry like this is so important to you personally?
Yeah. So my background is in counseling women facing an unplanned pregnancy. So I spent about 12 years just hearing their stories and hearing the challenges that they are facing. And I always like to say that we should be really careful not to judge people by the chapter that we walked in on. And it's after you hear all of their stories of everything that they're going through, you just begin to recognize that the solution isn't just that she needs to work harder or make better choices. That's a really shallow perspective on how she was raised. And again, I touched on this idea that they just are immersed in poverty, abuse, and abandonment, and often just doing what they saw, how they were raised, and they need mentors. They need people to walk alongside them for the long haul. And it isn't just quick solutions of, step into a program for 6 months and, solve all your problems and move on. It's so much greater than that. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Poverty, abuse, and abandonment. Those are 3 pretty powerful words.
Yeah.
That, where does it start? Where does it, is there a progression that it leads through? Like, does it start in poverty and lead to abuse? How does this cycle kind of evolve in a life?
Yeah. I would say a lot of it stems from an absent father. The absent father syndrome in our society has really become an epidemic. 52% of the women who are giving birth under the age of 30 are giving birth to a child who will not have a father in the home.
Wow.
So,
no dads.
Yeah.
No dads. I'm a Puyallup Indian, and the latest statistic that I heard was that 97% of the men were couch surfing or drug addicted.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's not only there's an epidemic, I think, across the spectrum. So what that means is that there's a lot of opportunity, not just monetarily, but there's a lot of opportunity for men who want to give back, who want to help, to mentor children, to hang out, someone to throw the ball with, play catch with. I'm guessing that there's some of that's also needed to help these children if 52% of births under the age of 30 don't have a dad.
Yeah. So that's one of the programs that we offer that we're super excited about. We call it a Boys to Men Adventure Day program. And this is where once a month we pair up a group of men with a group of boys to go out hiking and fishing and exploring the Great Northwest.
Wow.
We live in a beautiful state, and this isn't just to create a fun exercise for them or entertain them. These men really have a purpose in mind to show these boys what it is to be a real man, a strong man. And, strong men provide for their families, strong men serve. And we've got former police officers involved. We've got just business owners, dads stepping up and getting involved. So we're really excited about that.
That's so good.
Yeah.
So tell us just the broad spectrum of ministries that Lifehouse provides. And you're located in North Snohomish County.
Correct.
Tell us, kind of give us a little outline of the ministry.
Yeah. So in addition to the Adventure Days for boys, we offer 3 other programs. The first one is where we share in a weekly meal together, and the moms come together to discuss parenting. We offer financial planning. We offer lots of resources on career paths and discovering your destiny. And it's a really, really special time of coming together in community. And, many of these women feel alone, and they are navigating life on their own. And to come together with other women who are in similar circumstances is a real game changer for them. So during our weekly moms group, we also have the children's program, and all of the lessons that we teach there in that program are designed to equip the fatherless, and it's a really powerful program for them as well. The second program that we offer is just one-on-one mentoring, and this is where we assess an individual's goals and offer advice or training on how to reach those goals. So we have all had mentors that have spoken into our lives, and it can really change the trajectory of our lives to have someone come alongside you, make a commitment to walk with you, and that is what we do through our mentoring program. Let's see. The third thing that we offer is a donation closet, where we seek to meet tangible needs such as diapers, formula, clothing, baby gear, all the things necessary for raising little ones. And
I've seen it. It's pretty big, and it's fairly well stocked.
Yes, it is. This isn't to create a dependence on us. It's really important that we recognize that we want to see these single moms move beyond wondering how they're going to get diapers to more important things, such as building up the confidence necessary to apply for that job or that college program. So we just want to free up her headspace by meeting some of her tangible needs and the needs of her children.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What are some of the biggest successes that you've seen in this program?
Yeah, so one of the things that I think a lot of people don't recognize with an unplanned pregnancy is that it can be a great motivator to rise above the circumstances that you find yourself in, particularly for women. We had one of our moms, one of our most hardworking moms. We'll call her Courtney. Courtney, from the age of 13 to 17, lived with her mom, who was an addict, out of her car. And they moved from truck stop to rest stops to just moved about in this car for 4 years.
Wow.
And, this wasn't back in the 90s or early 2000s. She graduated high school in 2018, I believe. So this is fairly recent, right in our community. And, homeless people are not just standing on corners holding signs. They are living among us. They are traveling among us. And, if you think about those ages that she was homeless, those are such formative years where you are supposed to be in an environment where you're learning and growing and exploring your opportunities for where you're going to move on in life. And she didn't have that. She was in survival mode. Yeah. So she does have 2 children. Single mom on her own, but she works 2 jobs, and boy, she hustles. And she unfortunately is still in a caretaker position with her mother, who comes in and out of relapse, which is heartbreaking.
Good days and bad days.
Yeah.
The cycle of addiction can be pretty brutal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's thriving.
She is thriving. She is doing phenomenally well, considering where she was just a few
How
short
long
years
was Courtney
ago.
with you? And is she
She's
still?
She's still, yeah.
hanging
And
out
I
with you
think
guys?
that that's the key that I'd like to emphasize is, this isn't just meet, encounter someone to help you for 6 months and then move on.
Yeah.
We purpose to journey with them as long as it takes.
Thus, the name Life.
Right. Right. We will journey with you through life. And, in parenting, the struggle is real.
Yeah.
We all know. And, just as you master the terrible twos, then, you have a child in school and you need to work through those years. And then the preteen years come, and this idea that we're going to just arrive and figure it out on our own is not very realistic.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many women do you guys have on a annual basis, weekly basis?
Yeah. So last year we served just under 250 moms and children.
Wow.
So that would include children.
Wow.
Many of the moms that we serve have multiple children,
Sure.
4 or more.
Wow.
And
So children's ministry is a big part of
children's ministry, yep, children outnumber the moms.
it. Yeah.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the vision? What's happening with Lifehouse in the future?
Yeah.
Where is this going? How can entrepreneurs, business owners come around Lifehouse, come around that vision? How can they get involved?
Right. So I'm very excited to announce that Lifehouse is working to expand our services to include a residential program to house pregnant single moms.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So we really want to see her get off on the right foot for her and her child. And, it's important to recognize that this program that we are launching is not just about providing a roof over someone's head, although that is a noble and worthy cause.
That's a bonus.
It is. But it's important to recognize that what our model would be is that she would commit to a 1-year personal and professional development program. And she would enroll in that. And the purpose is to equip her to raise healthy children, overcome economic hardship, and heal from past trauma. So we're very excited about the possibility of moving in that direction.
Yeah. So what does that look like? I mean, to have a residential home, I mean, that's quite an expense.
It is.
So what are you guys looking at?
Yeah, so we are needing to raise funds, obviously, and we are working with a couple of consultants on that endeavor, and we recently had our benefit dinner. Would like to do a few more of those events where we share the vision and share stories, personal stories. We always have women come to those and share how Lifehouse has impacted her life. And
Yeah, great. So are we, I'm just going to be real bold here. Are you looking at $500,000 to raise?
Yeah, so it's somewhere in that ballpark. Yes.
I would think a house and a residence would be that in our area at least.
So we actually are working through a 4-phase development plan, and each phase has its own funding goal.
Sure.
And the first funding goal is just set at about $350,000, and then there are more funding goals beyond that, and that is to shore up our staffing and shore up our existing services, and then we can move on to some of those future phases of a build or a remodel.
That's great.
Wow, how many people will the household potentially?
Yeah, so we would like to start small and house about 6 women at a time. And
I thought maybe 3 would be small.
3.
Six
Yeah.
is okay. So 6 women in the house all at once.
Yes. So
That's going to be quite the house.
Yeah. Yeah. So I worked in a home similar to the model that I've just described for about 4 years.
Okay.
And we had they built it for 12 women, but we found that 8 was more manageable for the staffing that we had. So 6 would be a good number to start with.
Wow, that's a good amount of people, and getting them all to get along and have a good time, and you're gonna have a lot of hormones in that in that house.
Yeah, well,
we're not talking guys here. Well, but
I know that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, that's true too.
Well, you give them purpose, and you give them work, work to do. So our requirement would be that when she enters the home, she needs to be working, in school, or volunteering 20 hours a week.
Sure. Wow.
In addition to the classes and group studies.
So they've got a rigorous program
that
they're a part of. You know, interestingly enough, I've supported another home, a home for men that does rehab for drug addiction. And you know what one of their biggest issues was bed bugs. Bed bugs coming in and then having to deal with the bed bugs.
Yes.
It would seem like so many people bring bed bugs in. So there is these really cool shelters, these really cool like little containers. We donated one to New Heart. And basically you put all of the things into this and it kills any bed bugs that come into the place. Because when you get bed bugs, when you get bed bugs, you got to shut the whole place down. Or not, you don't want to shut it down, but you have to do a lot of cleaning and washing, and all of those little things go into consideration. But I think that there's a lot of these really cool opportunities, because I think a lot of business owners are always looking for ways to give back, and sometimes they're not always looking to give back, financially, but sometimes they're looking to give back, like the friend of mine who gave this, his name is Cameron. He had a business that was, in bed bug control. We were sharing this story about Newhart having this problem with bed bugs, and he was like, oh man, let me donate a couple of these, and I think that was his way of saying, let me give back. I'm on my journey. I'm doing well. I may not be, religiously compelled to give, or I might not, be a huge giver, but I can definitely give of my time and my resources. And I think that's similar with things like painting and roofing and landscaping. And I think there's so many entrepreneurs out there who just, they can give a day, or they can, give a few hours. We had an awesome opportunity to paint someone's house one time. And we got 10 people together and just painted a house. So I think that that's an awesome opportunity. So, one of the things just we like to keep in mind is how can we help, and how can we, be a blessing? And I think there's a lot of different ways, for folks to bless. And I'm guessing you're open to all of that.
Absolutely. Every one of those.
Every one of those things helps get the place done.
In a home, yes.
So the home, are you thinking that this is going to be pretty turnkey when you move into it, or is it going to be more fixer-upper when you move into it?
Yeah, so it will all just be based on the funding that we are able to raise, and we are open to the possibilities. Ideally, we would be able to purchase an existing property and remodel to suit our needs. But we are open to whatever is provided.
Whatever happens.
Hey, you never know. Maybe somebody watching this video or this podcast this morning has an extra rental house in the Marysville, Arlington area that they're willing to say, hey,
totally.
I'll put that rent towards a ministry like this, and who knows? Maybe somebody will. We'll give you a house.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, let's believe it.
So in this house, do they have common restrooms, or do you put a restroom in each bedroom, or how does that? How does that work?
So a lot of it does have to do with community living and the value of community living. People often recommend building tiny homes and separating so everyone can have their own space. But there is real value in walking side by side with someone, because they motivate each other, they inspire one another, and so
got to deal with the issues with one another.
Yes.
Which are growing opportunities.
Right. And so that would be our model, that they would share bathrooms and work
That's cool.
at getting along.
Yeah.
That teaches good life skills.
Absolutely.
It's hard to do a project with somebody. You know, they say one of the biggest tests you can do to see how well you communicate is go start an outdoor project with your spouse. Can you do an outdoor project with your spouse without one of the spouses complaining? Is not the way that I do it.
Yes.
You know, but living together, you have to communicate like that. Hey,
Right.
you know, you didn't do the dishes. Hey, you ate my peanut butter and jelly. What's going on? You have to work through these things, right?
Sure.
Like, people can get upset, but the other thing is that people can build incredible lifelong friendships and relationships, and you can meet, you know, friends along the way who are more loyal than spouses, parents, and sometimes you meet these friends that come along that, you know, kind of replace some of that maybe you've lost along the way.
Sure.
Part of this ministry, just so that the viewers know, this is a faith-based ministry as well, right?
Correct.
So,
yes.
Tell us a little bit about the importance of faith when it comes to these women as well.
Yeah. Well, we believe that with God, all things are possible.
Yeah.
And that some of the impossible situations that some of these women are facing, that it is God alone who can intervene and really reach down and rescue her. And we believe that, you know, faith is such an important aspect of her growth. You know, we are a soul that lives in a body, and to take a more holistic approach at meeting her spiritual needs is really key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about the, I don't know if
The
they
blower.
can air it, the blower on the
We've got a
landscaper.
A landscaper who's said, "Hey, I'm going to do my job today while we're shooting our." This is the bonus of it being live.
Yes.
And the bonus of it being live is that in life throws you some curveballs. Just like on the show, we just got thrown a curveball. The buzzing is going on, and it's going around, and you know, you might want to yell at those people, but you've got to show them a little bit of love and say, "Hey, thanks for running your blower next to our show. Maybe you didn't see all the signs that said in production."
Oh, well.
But
yeah, that
okay.
is so true. I mean, you know, with God, all things are possible, and that, you know, these gals, as they build community with one another and also begin to call out on God, it is amazing what can happen in their lives.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yay. I love the ministry of Lifehouse.
Right.
are there any pillars that you kind of build off of with these gals as they come in? Any things that we stand on at Lifehouse?
Yeah, so our core values are community. We tend to isolate when we are struggling. Yeah. And a lot of the women that we work with have had some sort of trauma in their background, sexual abuse. Again, I touched on the fatherlessness in their lives. And so being in community exposes you, it makes you vulnerable, and you can somewhat come out of hiding and really face your past, face the challenges that you have had head on when you are living in community, when you are surrounded by others, and it really helps them to open up and share and learn and grow and heal. So community is probably one of our primary pillars. Of course, the mentorship that I touched on is really key. We have seen firsthand the value of that in our women's lives, and we also read it in studies. 85% of men in prison came from fatherless homes.
Wow.
Yeah, 85%. And on the flip side, when you look at the studies done on mentorship, men, at-risk men, so at risk for going to prison, if they have a mentor, they are 130% more likely to hold a leadership position. So they are leaders in their communities, in their schools, in their workplaces. Wow. And that is a profound impact that mentors have on the fatherless. And so we know firsthand the value that offers.
There's so many things that kind of correlate, just to business and life. Like when a business owner is having a tough time, they can tend to isolate. Mm-hmm. If a business wants to really grow and expand, having a mentor is so important. And so I think, one of the great things about something like Lifehouse is, and I learned this early on, is that there's a lot of opportunity, one for giving, but two for mentorship. There's no better feeling than going out and spending your time and giving. I think our purpose was to give, was to serve, was to help. You can give money, you can give time, but that real volunteering in the muck and the mire with folks, being a mentor, those things really pay dividends for yourself personally, even as the giver, not only as just the receiver. It's an awesome opportunity to do that. So I think that is really, really fantastic. So let's just let's go over the needs that you have. What are the needs of Lifehouse today? What are you looking for over the next 12 months?
Yeah, so on a small scale, we need people to donate the weekly meal that we offer. We feed about 30 individuals per week, and on a larger scale, we need funding for staffing. We need to shore up our staffing. I am the sole staff member at Lifehouse.
So you're busy?
Yeah, I'm a little busy. And really my gifting is in sitting down with the women face to face and working with her. Sure. So things of this nature are a little bit challenging for me.
You're doing a great job. This has been a great show, other than the blower.
Yeah. So we're working again with a couple consultants to just shore up the ministry with more staff members, and yeah.
And then the new house.
And the new house. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
And how can people give? How can people find you?
Yeah, so you can donate online through our website. It's lifehousewa.org. So that's lifhousewa.org. And there is a donate page there. And good old-fashioned checks work as well. Our post office box is on the website as well.
Awesome. So listen, I encourage our audience, give to this amazing cause, spend time with this amazing cause, be as involved as possible. I think these are fantastic things and fantastic things for business. Like as a business owner, being involved in the community, giving back to the community, I think is huge. If you're in business, but nobody knows that you're in business, or if you go out of business and nobody notices, then what was the point of being in business? So give to Lifehouse, an amazing organization. How much are these weekly meals?
Yeah, so they average about $200 a week. We also have child care staffing. I said I was the sole staff member. That isn't quite accurate. We have child care workers who are paid.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
you got to take care of the children.
Right. We tried a volunteer model years ago, and it just doesn't work. We want qualified people caring for our children, and
totally. That's an important piece. And listen, we love to give back right here on the show. So, for anyone who wants to give, they can give through the Enbridge website, so we can track the match. Enbridge.global. That is our nonprofit. We will match up to 10 meals. So give give to this program. Each meal is about $200, so we'll match about $2,000, and we'll keep this out and keep this going for the next 2 weeks. So share it on your social, share it on Facebook, Instagram, wherever it is. Give us a like, give us a share, and help us raise 20 meals for this amazing organization. We'd love to see that happen for everybody at Lifehouse. Any final thoughts, guys, before we bring this in for a landing?
No, just to clarify, so Enbridge.global, and look for Lifehouse. We have a number of ministries on Enbridge.global, and feel free to to donate to any of them. But specifically, on this one, we will match for the next 2 weeks up to that $2,000 mark.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say thank you for that, and thank you
You're
for the
very
opportunity
welcome.
to share.
You guys are doing an amazing job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
really are proud of you.
Awesome. If you like this podcast, if you enjoyed this, give us a like, give us a share, drop us a comment. We'll be back next week, same time, 9:15 Tuesday Pacific Standard Time each week. And thank you to our incredible sponsors, Western Snowplows and Frost Cameras, who make this all possible and make these amazing donations and make the ability to change the world possible.
Yeah.
So we are able to put this together. We are able to make this happen because of the amazing people at Western. And it's not just Western Snowplows, it's also SnowX, and it's also Fisher. And that snowplow equipment, that world-class equipment made in the USA, right in Wisconsin, beautiful facility, everything made in the USA, great equipment that helps keep our roads and streets clear and safe, also helps change a life. And so we are super proud to sponsor with Western and with Frost. Frost, another amazing program, helping us see what the conditions are on any site at any time of day. Really a great product. So thank you so much. Join us back here next week, 9:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you so much.
Introducing the all-new Western Enforcer V-Plow. Engineered with all the features, efficiency, and performance of full-size Western V-Plows, built specifically for your half-ton truck. For more information, visit westernplows.com.
What we do is provide a mini weather station to give you a tailored forecast to those particular locations, so you know where and when and what to do in those parts of town. There's 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different ways that people can experience tremendous value having a technology like this.